Welcome to my first DaVinci Resolve introduction tutorial. First, if you do not have DaVinci Resolve software, you can go to the blackmagicdesign.com website here, come to software, DaVinci Resolve, learn more, and when you come down to the bottom, this is where you get the free version. And I'm telling you, I cannot believe this is free. This is the best thing in the world. Okay, so here you got the Resolve download here. And this does everything, including the Ultra HD, 4K. There are a few other tools you get here, but I have yet to need those, but I like the software so much, I do plan to buy this soon. So anyway, this is where you click. Follow typical download instructions. And we'll jump right in. Okay, after your interface opens up, you're going to be in the edit mode, but you need to go to media to find some files to work with. So we'll just, I'll jump into a folder here, and you can even kind of get a glimpse, a little preview here of what you're looking at. So I was saying, okay, well, I want this clip, and then I'm going to hold Control and say I want this, and yeah, I want no, I want that. So once you've selected the clips you want, you can drag them down, and it's going to ask you if you want to change your project settings. If the video that you're importing, say, is 1080 and this is set for 2.7 or 4K, it's going to ask you to change your defaults to match the video. I would suggest early on just go ahead and accept that change. But if you know that you have 4K and 1080 and miscellaneous clip resolutions, you don't have to change it. Just either way, go down and set your hit your settings and tell it that you want to be working in 4K or the mode that you're using. So now that you have some clips here, and let's say you know that you want some music in this background, so you go to your music folder, and we'll go with this. And you can even preview these while you're in the media mode here. So if you have that selected, you can go in and see if that's the one that you want. So okay, so we have 3 clips and one song. And you jump into edit mode. Now, this is where the real magic begins. This window is basically a previewer of your clips, and this is a previewer of your timeline. So if you want to say this clip here, I'm sorry, you double click it and it will actually pop up over here, and you can set you can use the back to the beginning here, but you can set this and start to watch this clip. Now let's say you want a section of this, so as you're previewing, basically pop this about where you want to start, and you say, okay, look, this is not what I would use, but I think you'll get the point here. And you say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna cut here. Now, I understand that you may want to use more clips from this scene, but you set your markers here. This clip is still highlighted. If you will drag this and drop it to the timeline, this clip is only this segment. This is a part of that non-lineal editing. It's not creating new files. It's only basically making a reference to play this segment of that clip. This is also a reason why this renders so quickly, in my opinion. I don't have anything that renders as quick as this software. So, say you go back, you're still on this clip, and you know that towards the end there was maybe another section that you wanted. And you say, yeah, this is it. So you can again bounce in here and say, yeah. You're humming along and say, yep, that's about where I want to leave. Now, again, you drop this down, and it's that clip here. The other clip goes away, or the other markers go away. And as you can see, you can continue to do this. Double click this one, you can bring it up here, same scenario. I know there's a part of this clip that I like, so I can jump around, say, okay, yes, I like the way this truck kind of rolls through the scene, and say, I know I want it to start about right here. So you can go ahead and set your marker. It's just another way to do this. Play this, and out. Okay, bring this clip in. Now at this point, don't worry about the fine points of where you made your markers. You can adjust that at later. So let's see. Okay, we know we got one more little clip here by the water that we want to use. So this is actually the clip I did not fly in. I didn't import that one. So say I'm not going to use this clip. That's fine. So as you start working here, you basically, this will show up. This is like your timeline video. Now let's say we want to go in and do some of that fine editing. So like I said, from your timeline, this is your window for your timeline, and when you go to end, it's going to basically jump to end of clips. So you can use your arrow keys and say maybe we wanted the entire, I don't know, let's say for some reason you wanted it to start with at least the entire front wheel in the scene. So the easiest thing now is this zoom will zooms your timeline. So say we want to make that a little bigger so it's easier to work with. So now if you bring your cursor over to the edge of your clip and just click on it, it'll basically snap to this frame you stopped on. Once you've done that, you can just grab that and throw it back on. And the nodes and everything are automatically turned on, which are basically like your snapping points where it put these together. So if you go back to the beginning of that clip, the first frame is the front wheel exposed. So we're going to roll through that, and you decided, that's close enough right there. You can just stop it. You don't have to do anything special, and if you want to roll it up, you can, same scenario, drag that here. Now look, you didn't lose anything. If you say, no, you know what, I want that back. That footage is still there because, again, these are references back to the main clip. So we want it right here. Now, one thing I want to mention that I did find tricky, and these are drone clips, obviously, so these cameras don't have audio. If you have this audio file here and you want to edit or you want to remove that audio clip, for example, you would lock your video line, and then you can click on your audio clip and hit delete, and it will not take the video with it. Once you're done with that, you can edit here. And one thing about editing on this, if there's some certain things, if you clip something and maybe the audio clips also, or something else that clips that you don't want clipped out, just hit Control-Z. It'll step you back, and then lock that line that you're not working on, and then you can only fine-tune the line that's unlocked. So I hope this it shows you how to get the clips in, and say now we're going to bring our music in. You see now we're want to reduce this back down so it's a little more manageable. I know this is a super short scene here that we've built, and I want the music to end at the end of the clip. So we'll just grab this and bring this over, and see, it will automatically snap to the end right here. Now if we preview this, you wouldn't want your music to just cut off drastically. So what's really convenient is your faders, and this is for audio and video. Just if you hover over that corner, you can snag this and just roll it back a little bit. Same here. And instantly, no rendering necessary. Just hit preview. Did you see that? We'll back it up a little more. So as your video is playing out, your video and your audio begins to fade here. So now how do you get this exported? We're not going to jump into these other features right now. You're going to jump over here to deliver. And let's say that you want to make this a YouTube video. They only give you two choices here, 720 and 1080. If you're fine, I know this is 1080 and exporting it at 1080 is going to be just fine. But let's say you do want this to be 4K, but a YouTube format. So you can just start here in your video settings. Right here's your export resolution and frame rates. Look at all the choices you have. You have Ultra HD, and this is free. This is free software. You select this. We'll go back to 1080 HD. And we would need to change the file name. Sample 2. Add to render. Start render. Now you can see how quickly this is moving along now that I actually have it in the correct matching format. See, the last time was 1 minute and 5 seconds. This render is going to take quite a bit less than that, 31 seconds. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. Put a comment if there's something in Resolve that you want me to put a video on. I will do that as soon as possible. Thanks.